students. Now today we are going to start the circuit operation and derivation of your stable multivibrator. Okay, we are going to learn about the circuit operation and definition of your stable multivibrator. Okay, now till now we have studied that we have started the second chapter of your unit 4. Okay, that is a stable that is multivibrator. Okay, now the second chapter of your unit 4 is multivibrator. Multivibrator, the main definition of multivibrator is a device which can generate the output in the form of square wave without any AC input as long as the DC power supply is connected to it. Then we went for types of multivibrator. In types of multivibrator, it is of three types. First one is astable, second one is monostable, third one is bistable. Now the first multivibrator we are going to start is nothing but astable multivibrator. Okay, in astable multivibrator is also known as free running multivibrator. Okay, because it does not need any external trigger pulse. That means to change what I said you, multivibrator can be constructed by using transistors. So two transistors compulsory is needed for constructing the multivibrator circuits. Okay, either it is astable, monostable or bistable. Now next, astable will not take any external trigger pulse. Okay, because it is having two quasi stable state. Quasi stable state means what? Half stable state. Half means it does not need any external trigger pulse. The two transistor itself will change their states. One is on, other will be off. Other is off, one will be on. So this procedure will be going on. Okay, now since it is in this position, what is the main task? When the transistor is on, it is also known as saturation. Transistor is in saturation. So when the transistor is in saturation mode, what is happening? Since it is in saturation mode, what will happen? Current will be increasing, rising, voltage will be decreasing. Saturation mode of transistor, current will be more, voltage will be less. Remember this. For three multivibrators, you have to remember this. Then cutoff means transistor is off. When transistor is off, current will be less, voltage will be high. When transistor is off, current will be decreasing, voltage will be increasing. Okay, now after this, when the current is here in cutoff region, current is increasing, voltage is decreasing. Okay, in cutoff. Whereas this situation you should remember for three multivibrators. Okay, whereas for saturation, current will be more, increasing, voltage will be decreasing. Remember this. Okay, now cutoff means off, transistor is off, current will be less, voltage will be high. Then saturation means transistor is on, current will be less, voltage will be high. So what we have just now we have discussed that whenever you want to construct any multivibrator circuit, you have to use two transistors. Okay, now we are going to the stable multivibrator main topic. In a stable multivibrator is also known as, once again I am telling, listen carefully, a stable multivibrator is also known as free running multivibrator. It does not need any trigger pulse. Okay, because it is having two quasi stable states. Okay, which is half stable states. And one more important point, this stable multivibrator can be constructed by using two transistors, or monostable, bistable also two transistors. Okay, then one transistor, what is the task of the multivibrator? To generate the output in the form of square wave. To generate the output in the form of square wave, one transistor should be on, one transistor should be off. When the transistor is on, it will be saturation position, and off transistor will be cut off. So when it is in saturation, current will be more, voltage will be less, and when it is in cut off, current will be less, voltage will be high. Now we are going to see one more time the circuit diagram of a stable multivibrator. Okay, just repeat telecast. It consists of two transistors, Q1 and Q2. Then we have taken the output of the first is going as an input to the second. Then output of the second is going as an input to the first. Now circuit description. In circuit description, it consists of two transistors, Q1 and Q2. Output of Q1 is going as an input to Q2 with the help of C2 R2, and output of Q2 is going as an input to the Q1 with the help of R1 C. Then RL1 is the load resistance of transistor 1, and RL2 is the load resistance of transistor 2, where we can measure the outputs. Okay. Now circuit description is over. Now we will go for circuit operation. Okay. See, for circuit operation, once again you should remember, one will be in saturation, one will be in cutoff. Saturation means current will be increasing, voltage will be less, and cutoff means current will be less, voltage will be high. Now operation. See here, operation is like very important. See here, if you are studying this operation is more than enough. Okay, because remaining two multivibrator you can understand very easily if you will study this. Okay. Now first, when VCC is on, that means by closing the switch S, both the transistors will start conducting. When VCC is on, by closing the switch S, both the transistor Q1 and Q2 will start conducting. Okay, both the transistor Q1 and Q2 will start conducting. Since both transistor cannot conduct heavily one at a time, so let us consider that Q1 is conducting heavily than Q2. Okay, Q1 will be conducting more heavily, more rapidly than Q2. So when what is happening operation? When VCC is on, by closing the switch S, okay, both the transistors will start conducting. Both the transistor current, that is collector current, will start rising. But according to the characteristic of the transistor, both transistor cannot conduct heavily at a time. So let us assume that transistor Q1 is conducting more heavily than Q2. Transistor Q1 is conducting more heavily than Q2. Okay, remember this. Now first, now Q1 is conducting more heavily than Q2. So Q1 is in saturation in main task. Okay. So Q1 will be conducting more heavily than Q2. So current in Q1 will be high, voltage will be less. Current will be high means rising, voltage will be decreasing. This decreased voltage will apply to the input of Q2. This decreased voltage will apply to the input of Q2. Now Q2 is getting less input voltage. Because of that, Q2 current will decrease voltage will increase. Okay, Q2 current will decrease, voltage will increase. Now officially Q2 will become cut off. Okay, now this increased voltage will apply to Q1 as the input. This increased voltage will apply to Q1 as an input. So Q1 is getting high voltage as an input. What will happen? Current in Q1 will increase, voltage will decrease. Now officially Q1 will become saturation, means on. Now officially Q1 will become saturation, that means on. Okay, and it will start conducting. Okay, so till here what we have learned, once again I am telling, till here we have learned that first operation, when VCC is on, by closing the switch S, collector current will start rising in both the transistors. As the characteristic of transistors, both the transistor cannot conduct one at a time. So let us assume that Q1 is conducting more heavily than Q2. Okay, because Q1 is conducting more heavily than Q2, current in Q1 is more, voltage is less. This less voltage will applied to the Q2 as an input. Since Q2 is getting less voltage, current in Q2 will decrease, voltage will increase. This increased voltage of Q2 is going as an input of Q1. Q1 is getting more input like high voltage. So Q1 will be in saturation position officially, like particularly, and Q2 will be in cutoff. Now situation is in such a form that transistor Q1 is in saturation and transistor Q2 is in cut off. Okay, now so Q1 is in saturation means voltage will drop, final output voltage will drop across where? Okay, final output will be dropping across RL1. No voltage will drop across RL2 because it is in cutoff. Load resistance output will be not there. Okay, so since no voltage will drop across Q2, only the voltage will drop across across Q1. Okay, so voltage will drop across only Q1. Now what will be the voltage across RL1 which is dropping? Voltage will be less, current will be high. So voltage will be less like this, and the voltage across this will be what? High. So waveform will be like this. Okay, so what you will get in this term situation? Voltage will be dropping only across, final output will be dropping only across RL1. RL2, no voltage will drop. So what will happen? Suddenly voltage will drop across RL1 means capacitor transistors are conducting, means both the capacitor will start charging. So we are considering that it is conducting more heavily and this is conducting less. So now the capacitor C2 will start discharging. When it is discharging, what will happen? Now current will be less, voltage will be high in Q1. Now this high voltage will apply to Q2. As input of Q2 is like high, Q2 will come out of cutoff and it will become saturation. And when it is becoming saturation, current will be more, voltage will be less. Less voltage is applied to Q1. Now Q1 will become cut off. So this procedure will be continued. Okay. So once again I am telling the operation of a stable multivibrator. In operation of a stable multivibrator, first in operation of a stable multivibrator, first when switch is on by closing, when VCC is applied by closing the switch S, collector current will start rising, capacitors will start charging, both the capacitor will start charging. Remember this, I forgot this point in the starting, but now you remember. Okay, so capacitors will start charging. Now capacitors start charging, both the transistor will conduct heavily. As we cannot justify that both the transistor characteristics should not tell that both transistors should conduct heavily, that's why what will happen, we will consider that Q1 is conducting more heavily than Q2. So here what is happening, first what is happening, first transistor will be like when VCC is on, once again I am telling, when VCC is on, switch will by closing the switches, collector current will start rising, both the transistor will start conducting heavily, capacitors will start charging, both the capacitor will start charging. As both the transistors are conducting heavily, according to the characteristic, both cannot conduct at a time. So what will happen here, suddenly what will happen, we will assume that transistor Q1 is conducting more heavily than Q2. So what will happen, since Q1 is conducting more heavily than Q2 means here voltage Q1 will be conducting means voltage will be less, current will be high. This less voltage will apply to Q2 with the help of C1 R1 and with the help of C2 R2, and as the input of Q2 is less voltage, Q2 will be like in cutoff. Okay, cutoff means current will be less, voltage will be high. This high voltage will apply to Q1. Now Q1 is getting high voltage at the input. What will happen? Q1 will be in saturation and Q2 will be in cutoff. As Q1 is in saturation, the voltage will not drop across Q2 because RL1, load resistance RL1, the voltage will be dropping, and across RL2 voltage will not drop. In this sense, as the voltage is dropping only across RL1, that means here, okay, what will happen? So as the voltage is dropping across RL1 only, what will happen here? As soon as the voltage is dropping, what will happen? C2 will start decreasing, means discharging. Since C2 is discharging, voltage in Q2, okay, voltage in Q1 will be like more and current will be less. So this high voltage will be applied to Q2. Since Q2 is getting now high voltage, Q2 will become now saturation and Q1 will become cutoff. So like this the procedure will be repeated. Okay, so by this we have completed our operation of a stable multivibrator. Okay, now we will be seeing the output of a stable multivibrator. You can see here it will be in two form, like Q1 is on means voltage will be less and off means voltage will be high. Okay, then Q2, when Q1 is on, Q2 is off means voltage is high. So what type of voltage will drop across RL1? RL1 will have this type of voltage, low, because it is on, and RL2 will have which type of voltage, like this, positive. So in this sense, it will generate which type of waveform? Like this, Q1 and Q2. When Q1 is in saturation, when Q2 is in cutoff. Okay, so like this, the procedure continues. This is off, this is on, off, on, off. Okay, so like this we will get the waveform of your stable multivibrator. Okay, now we will be going to the switching time of a stable multivibrator. Switching time means it is a time where the transistors will be on and off. So when the transistor is on, what is the time? It takes 0.69, which is constant time. Okay. T1 time period of transistor Q1 is on, 0.69 R1 C1 formula. Time period T2 0.69 R2 C2. Okay, then by this you can calculate the frequency of a stable multivibrator. So T equal to T1 plus T2. So 0.69 is common. I am taking here R1 C1 plus R2 C2. Okay. So here let us assume that R1 C1, R2 C2 all are equal. So we will do 0.69. This will be R1, RC, R1. So 2RC you will get. Then you will multiply, means after multiplication you will get 1.38 RC. This is the time period. Okay. When we will take R1 equal to R2, C1 equal to C2. So is equal to R is equal to C. So what we will take instead of R1 C1, R2 C2, we will take simply R and C. So this is also RC, this is also RC. 2RC into 0.69. You will multiply, you will get T equal to 1.38 RC. Okay. Now final frequency formula for this is F equal to 1 by T. 1 by T means 1.38 RC. This is your frequency of a stable multivibrator. Okay. By this we have completed the first multivibrator of your second chapter of fourth unit. Okay. So once again I am repeat telecasting what we have studied. We have studied that unit 4 second chapter, multivibrator. Multivibrator is a device which can generate the output in the form of square wave without any AC inputs, as long as the DC power supply is connected to it. Then we went for types of multivibrator. It is of three types. First, astable, monostable, bistable. First, astable multivibrator. Astable multivibrator is also known as free running multivibrator because it does not need any external trigger pulse. Okay. Then it is having two quasi-stable state. Quasi-stable state means like half stable state. Then astable multivibrator circuit diagram we have seen. It consists of two transistors. Then output of the first transistor is going, circuit description, output of the first transistor is going as an input to the second, and the second is going as an input to the first with the help of C1, C2, R2, and first with the help of C1, R1. Then RL1 is the load resistance of Q1, RL2 is the load resistance of Q2. Then we went for operation. In operation, when VCC is on, by listen carefully operation. Okay, when VCC is on, capacitors will start charging, collector current will start rising, both the transistors will start conducting heavily. As both the transistor cannot conduct heavily, let us assume that according to the characteristic of transistors, both transistor cannot conduct heavily. So let us assume that transistor Q1 is conducting more heavily than Q2. As Q1 is conducting more heavily than Q2, the current in Q1 will be rising and voltage will be decreasing. This decreased voltage will connect to the Q2. As the input of Q2 is less voltage, Q2 will be in cutoff. When it is in cutoff, current will be decreasing, voltage will be increasing. This increased voltage is going as an input to Q1. Q1 will be having more input as an is getting more input, like high input voltage as an input. So Q1 will conduct more heavily, current will be increasing, voltage will be decreasing, output. Okay. Now Q1 will be in saturation and Q2 will be in cutoff. Now as Q1 is in saturation, Q2 is in cutoff, what will happen? Now voltage will not drop across RL1, only the voltage will drop across RL2. Since RL1 is not having any voltage drop, RL2 will not have any voltage drop, RL1 only means load resistance RL1, because Q1 is in saturation, Q2 is in cutoff, so RL1 will be having drop of voltage. So what is happening? As soon as the voltage drop across RL1, final output voltage, capacitor across RL1 will start decreasing, like discharging. When the capacitor is discharging, output voltage of RL1, like Q1, will increase, current will decrease. This increased voltage of Q1 will apply to the Q2. Now officially Q2 will come out of cutoff and it will become saturation, because input is going high to Q2. So now Q2 will become saturation, and since it is in saturation, voltage will be less, current will be high. This less voltage will apply to Q1. Q1 is getting less voltage as an input. Q1 will become now come out of cutoff and it will become come out of saturation and it will become cutoff. Now Q1 is in cutoff, Q2 is in saturation. So like this the process will continue. Then finally we went for switching time. Switching time is a time taken by both the transistors to on and off. Time taken by Q1 is T1 and time taken by Q2 is T2. T1 is 0.69 R1 C1, T2 0.69 R1 R2 C2. Total time period T equal to T1 plus T2. Then after plusing both, you will be getting both. Instead of this, you will take R1 R2 R C1 C2 C. Then it will become 2 R1 RC RC 2 RC 0.69. Multiply 2 into this, you will get 1.38 RC. Finally frequency formula will be 1 by T, you will get 1 by 1.38 RC. So by this we have completed the, it is like little bit confused, but if you are getting confused, you listen my video once again so that you should be perfect. It is very simple procedure, only on and off. On means current will be high, voltage will be less. On means saturation, off means cutoff. Current will be less, voltage will be high, cutoff means. So oppositely, this input is going as a, this output is going as an input to other, and this is going as an input to the other. In this sense, just they are changing the state on and off, that we have seen in the waveform. When Q1 is on, voltage will be less, that means negative voltage, negative waveform. And when Q2 will be on, off, voltage is high, so you will get positive waveform. Like this the procedure will be continue. So if you are understanding stable only, you can understand monostable and bistable, because it is related to both, and completely you have to listen this video, because without understanding you cannot go ahead. So listen this video very carefully so that it is helpful for you for more to multivibrators. In my next class I will start monostable multivibrator. Okay, thank you.